Alex, this is so cool, man, because, of course, the first time you and I met was when you were performing at Young Dundas Square for Friday nights. I was hosting. It was raining that night. People still came out. You and everybody else who performed still brought in the heat, brought in the passion. It was a really special night, man.
Oh yeah, man, it was so much fun. Even at the end, I didn't care if it was raining. It was just you could feel the energy and the vibe. I just had to get in the crowd and connect with everybody because I was just happy and thankful that they actually stayed. So I just wanted to connect with them for sure.
And then here you are, man. It's Canadian Music Week, IHeartRadio Fan Fest. We're in probably the biggest club you can be at, which is Rebel, and you're one of the headliners here performing, man. It's a long way from Young Dundas Square rating to the sunshine and the heat here at Rebel.
Oh yeah, it's an honor just to be able to perform in Toronto. For family, friends, for the fan base over here. I always enjoy it. I always enjoy giving back to the people that made me who I am today. So I'm just thankful.
I'm going to talk, because I know we don't have a lot of time, but I still want to talk a little bit about your career. But the thing is about you, though, is you take care of a lot of other people. You look out for other artists. I mean, what is it about you, man? You're almost playing Godfather here these days, man.
No, I think it's very important. I've always said that Toronto has always been a mecca of music, and it's just now that the world has finally seen, what we have to offer. And I believe if there was more artists like myself that believe in helping other artists, I think we would have got there a long time ago. So I just take the initiative and know that there's so much more to give. So therefore, I just help out artists. It's all about the talent. It's all about the music and genuineness. If you're genuine about your sound and your music, I'm here.
And we are a melting pot, and you've just added the spicy flavor to it with the Latin flavor and everything. Did you ever think that, because originally from Brampton, correct?
Yeah, well, yeah. I grew up, I used to, in the words of the philosopher Drake, I used to finesse down Weston Road.
There you go.
I grew up in Weston and Finch, and then I went there for high school, and then mid-high school, we moved to Brampton. So right. That's where, yeah.
But the fact that, man, that you kept such a strong a sense of the music that you wanted, it must surprise a lot of people when you tell them where you're from. They're thinking, no, man, you got to be from Latino somewhere.
Well, yeah, I think that's the beauty of being from Toronto, right? Like you said, it's the melting pot. Myself coming from Latin American parents and Jamaican grandparents, I think it was just natural for me to make a sound that melted everything together, that fusion. And it was an uphill battle to actually get people to accept that sound. But here we are today with the Despacitos, with No Me Eche La Culpa, and all these songs that are the fusions that I pride myself in being one of the first to do it, for sure.
Absolutely. And you had a particular single that kind of helped that out, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I released Dancing Kizomba about, I think it's almost 2 years. I think
it is.
Yeah, so released it 2 years ago, and I was just very thankful. The public received it in a way that I didn't expect. I knew what I was giving the world was something new and fresh, but I didn't expect for the world to accept it that quick and in the way that they did.
Because here you are, because here I am, man. I'm trying to drive home from whatever interview at night. I'm hearing your song being played, all right? You go on Salsa on St. Clair. They're playing that. You go to, I still call it Caravana. They're playing it over there. Everybody was playing that jam.
Yeah, I think again, just because of what I said, right? You had a little bit of everything in that song. You had the Indian sitar, you had the African percussion, you had the Latin flavor, and you had that pop melody that everybody can relate to. So I think it was just inevitable for people to fall in love with that, for sure.
Now, you said you got a new single, Higher?
Yes, Higher.
So how do you make it higher? How do you top that? Or do you just go, that was one success, let's go for another one?
Somebody very wise told me, it doesn't come to mind who exactly, but he told me that, we start seeing the music career as if it's just going to be, all the way up, but you got to start seeing it as a graph. you know, like where you go up, down, and then you project up and down. So I'm just giving good quality music. That's what I'm about right now. It's always hard to beat a song, especially when it's your first single, to top that right off the bat. But I'm very confident in the music I have. I have on my computer, I have like over 67 songs just sitting there, you know, and I believe out of those 67, I believe 12 of them are singles that are fire. But it's about giving content and giving what's relevant at the moment, the message specifically. You know, right now I'm focusing a lot on what we're seeing in the world. I'm trying to bridge that gap between giving you something that you can vibe to and feel, but that the message, there's a lot of meat in it, you know. So that's where I find myself right now at this moment.
What's your performance going to be like tonight, man? What kind of show are we looking at here?
Oh, always. You can always expect the same. You know, I always say it's kind of like you're traveling the world without getting on a plane. You know, you're gonna hear different sounds, different flavors, and you just be able to connect with me. You know, I love getting into the crowd and feeling the crowd, feeling the energy. So it's as much for them as it is for myself, for sure.
Tour-wise, something going to happen in 2018? Are we going to hit some spots?
Yeah, we got a lot of surprises happening right now. We got a Canadian tour in the works. We got a Latin American tour in the works, hopefully for this year as well. So, yeah, man, we're just taking this global. Let's see where it goes.
Man, I'm so happy that I got to introduce you at, like I said, Young Dundas Square for Friday nights. I'm back there again this year. I don't think you're going to be able to make it on this one. I think you're going to be busy touring. But, man, just know that door is always open to come back because, like I said, you guys tore it up. Social media-wise, website, Twitter, where do we go to follow you, man? So if we're not seeing you at Young Dundas Square, where else can we see?
Oh, yeah, you can follow me on all my social medias. It's Alx Veliz Music, and that's on all social platforms. So you can follow me there.
Brother, thank you so much, man. Looking forward to seeing you perform tonight.
Thank you.